right. What's up, you guys? Welcome to the 12th episode of the Saad Truth. Actually, it might be the 13th. Started off wrong. It's all good. It's either 12 or 13. It doesn't matter. I'm really excited to be doing this episode here today because the topic that I want to talk about is something that's been on my mind for so long. The topic is honesty versus politeness. And when I was coming back from Kuwait, I picked up a book called The School of Life. And in the book, I read something that really got me thinking. And I wanted to share this passage with you guys, and then we'll get into the episode and see what you guys think about honesty versus politeness. The question that we're proposing today is, can we be fully honest while being polite? Can we be completely honest but still be polite? Or is politeness just a lid that we put on top of something when we're not honest about how we feel and how we truly think of something? So I'm going to share it with you guys. Bear with me one second. The book is called Honesty versus Polite. The book is called The School of Life and Emotional Education by Alain de Botton. And there's a passage in here, and it says, "There is too much hypocrisy already, say the romantics. We are drowning in our lies and in our compromises. We must do everything to strip away the secrecy our society imposes on us. Authenticity is the highest form of morality. Politeness is a lid that we place upon our real selves to suppress the truths that could free us. For the classical person, politeness is the lid we generously place on our inner madness to stop hurting those we care for. Not being ourselves is the kindest thing we can do to someone we claim to love. To give others an uncensored view of our emotions, with their minute-by-minute vagaries and compulsions, is sheer laziness or cruelty. We cannot possibly be good and entirely honest, nor should we try. Strategic inauthenticity is the mark of a kindly soul." So the question I'm proposing here today is authenticity the highest form of morality? Can we be completely honest without being considered impolite? And is that the right way of living? Because in all honesty, I feel like what I'm trying to do with my life, or where I'm trying to head with my life, is get to a place where I can be completely authentic and true to myself at all times. I don't want to have a lid on what I'm truly feeling. I don't want to have a lid on what I'm thinking. I don't want to have thoughts that aren't shared, because I don't feel that that's authentic to me. And in my life, and especially in the last few years, I've been trying to unshed societal barriers or things or constructs that I believe have been put on me that aren't true to who I am, right? Like how I should act in a certain situation, or what I should respond to a certain comment, or how I should, bear a conversation, or like go through a conversation that I don't want to be a part of, or be it. And I know in life we have to do things that we don't necessarily always want to do to get somewhere. But I feel like there's power in being completely true to yourself and being able to emit that honestly with everyone that you meet, because you're not putting on a mask, and they're getting to know who you are truly, and you're also connecting with people who love you who you are, love who you are truly, is what I'm trying to say. And I think there's freedom in that. I think there's freedom in being completely vulnerable, completely, honest about things. And yes, maybe you lose a few people, and I have in the last few years. And I'm actually dealing with something right now in my life where I'm getting to a point where I would like to be completely honest with everyone that's in my life. Everyone, whether it's like my family, romantic, whatever it is. I want to be completely honest about my thoughts, feelings, insecurities, things that I think about that I don't necessarily want to share, because there's freedom, and I think there's power in vulnerability. I used to think that sharing insecurities made you come off as less confident or not as confident as anyone else. But I think that sharing your insecurities and discussing them with people that you care about, and talking about things that come to mind that you don't necessarily want to share with the world, gives you so much power. And actually, to me, that's ultimate confidence. Being able to say whatever I feel without any filters is ultimate freedom and confidence. Whether it's insecurities, whether it's, hey, I'm really not enjoying this conversation. Why can't we just express what we actually think? Why is it that in society and today, we're always constantly looking for a way to sugarcoat the truth because we're worried someone might not like us? Why can't we start a movement and push to this new societal construct where we can talk and express things truly on how we feel towards them, If you're not happy in a relationship, say, I'm not happy in this relationship. Why treat someone with a cold shoulder? Why not text them back? Why play this game? All we're doing is burying our feelings, emotions, and communication methods because we're afraid of saying the truth. We're afraid that it might come off as too childish, too immature, too real, too honest, too raw. It might hurt them. But I think in the end, who gets hurt is ourselves, the people that are holding on to the truth, not expressing what they feel. And it's not only in a romantic relationship, it's in everything, right? Like I'm taking classes at UCLA Extension now, and I'm studying producing, and our teacher last class was like reading off the syllabus, and she goes, do you guys want me to continue reading the syllabus, or should I stop? No one said anything, and I said, please stop. And she looked at me and she goes, oh my God. And I said, I don't mean it in that way, but the syllabus is online. We have it. We can read it. There's no reason for you to be reading it, to us. Like, we're all capable of reading a syllabus. Thank you. And she got it. She goes, I respect that. And that was beautiful because maybe she was developed enough to take that critique and she asked for it too. But I thought it was crazy that everyone else in class was willing to sit through a teacher reading the syllabus, a 12-page syllabus. Like, it's insane. And so that's like a really small example of where I'm trying to live and how I'm trying to live. I want to continue to constantly push my boundaries. And if I'm feeling uncomfortable in a situation, be honest about it and talk about it. I want to be able to tell a friend of mine, like, hey, like, just so you know, I'm feeling that there's something we need to clear. Or the other day when you said that, what did you actually mean? Because I've been thinking about it. Like, why hold on to things so long and keep them inside us? I just feel that in the end, like, we all lose when we do that, because things that aren't communicated honestly, things that aren't communicated at all, end up becoming thoughts that become actions that aren't really explained, whether it's towards someone else or towards yourself. Lately, I've been like journaling for the last 2.5 weeks every day, every morning. I try to do it every morning, but I've realized that sometimes I do it in the afternoon, sometimes I'm in a rush, so I do it in the evening. What I've realized is that when I'm conscious, like just letting my subconscious and conscious mind, dive into the act of writing, I'm saying things that I don't necessarily realize about myself. I'm writing about things that I think, but I've never let that thought come to the forefront of my mind and come out in words. And I think the act of writing what I'm thinking about helps me understand what I'm feeling and why I'm feeling that way. And I feel like being honest and getting to that, ultimate honesty phase is also another way of discovering who you truly are. It helps you unshed things that aren't necessarily yourself. And I think that's necessarily like very true in our society and culture, and in any country or nation that has a heavy culture where there's societal constructs on how you should live your life, what you should say, what you can and cannot say. And I get, I see the benefits of culture and I see the benefits of societal constructs and boundaries, but I also feel like right now in this day and age and where the world is heading, we're heading to a flat world where culture is constantly shifting. We are, it's not black and white. People are, especially like millennials and generation X and Z, like we're constantly trying to we're becoming hybrids of the world. Like, for example, like I grew up in Kuwait, and my culture up until 18 was fully Kuwaiti. Then I moved to the United States at the age of 18, and I'm 28 now, so it's been 10 years. And I'm definitely a hybrid of two cultures. I may pick and choose things that I like about one culture over the other, but that doesn't necessarily make me a non-Arab. That doesn't necessarily make me an American. I think we are becoming citizens of the world, and with that, there's always this conflict of I may not believe something is true anymore from that culture. I may not enjoy something in this culture, but how do I express this? How do I let people around me understand where I'm coming from, my point of view? And I feel like this may be confusing, but I feel like a lot of us live life holding on to certain truths or actions and not letting ourselves be ourselves in certain scenarios, in conversations. And then at the end, we just lose, because I've said it before, we're all going to die. What are we really hiding? What are we holding on to? That this person that we're talking to should like us because my opinion should be in line with his opinion. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I may not know too much about the topic, but this is how I feel. What do you think? There's nothing wrong with saying, like, if you have a partner, like, hey, I'm insecure about this and that. What do you think? I think that's ultimate security, that's ultimate confidence, and I think that it's beautiful to live a truth, to live your truth and be so honest and free of constructs, because in essence, that's who you really are. And if you're able to be who you really are, who you truly are, you're going to constantly connect with people who are in love with who you are, and you're going to have people around you that celebrate you for the good things and your flaws. And I think that's success in terms of relationships to me, in terms of living a life that we're constantly seeking, and that's why we're maybe unhappy at times. And I know this came off like as very philosophical and deep and heavy, but really I'm in a place right now where I'm trying to figure out how can I live my ultimate truth. I want to be able to live a life where I can say everything that I've done wrong. And if I meet someone in the future like, hey, I know this about you, I'll be like, well, I never hid it from anyone. And yes, we all make mistakes. And I just, I've always had this dream that one day I want to publish a book with everything that I've done that's wrong, everything that I've done. Sorry, my phone just rang. Everything that I've done that's wrong, everything that I've done that has, could have hurt me in any way. I just want to be able to live my truth and not hold back. So I lost my train of thought for a second, but I guess the question that we started with the episode and in the passage that I read in the School of Life, the paragraph that I read, is can we, and I'm asking you guys, I'm asking everyone that's listening to this, can we live an honest life while being polite, or do you think they contradict each other? Or can we take politeness to a new door? Can we push politeness to a new realm? Can we redefine what polite means and make polite perhaps ultimate truth? Saying what you're actually thinking, saying what you're actually feeling. Can we take it there, or is that something that is difficult to attain in our society and day and age? For some reason, when I'm with people, I respect people who are so true and honest and transparent, whether it's about things that they're proud of, not proud of, insecure, or what. I respect that. And to me, that's ultimate politeness, because that means you respect my presence and who I am in front of you by respecting yourself first and being able to have the courage to live your truth with me and sharing your truth with me and letting me decide if I want to be friends with you, if I want to be in a romantic relationship with you, if I want to be able to work with you. Just being true at all times, I think, is such a beautiful, beautiful trait. And it's something I aspire to achieve, and I'm trying to get there. And I think it takes time, and especially in the last 2 years, and especially now more than ever with comedy. I think stand-up helped me say things on stage that I never thought I'd say before, and that also helps unshed certain layers. I think it also helped me understand how people are subjective, and everything you say is going to be taken a different way by different people. So if I get on stage and I say a liberal comment, the liberals are going to love it, but the Republicans are going to hate it. And if I get on stage and I say a joke that's dark, some people are into dark humor, some people aren't. No matter how good or great a joke can be, there's going to be people who think otherwise. There's going to be people who are offended. There's going to be people who are like, oh, I didn't like that he used stereotypes. You're never going to be able to please everyone. And I think the fact that in stand-up I was able to learn and understand that now makes me wonder if I'm actually living my life like I'm on stage all the time. I want to be able to express my true self to everyone that I come in contact with and not hold back. So, I think that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I really want to know. I know you guys are some of you have a hard time commenting on YouTube. If you're listening to this on SoundCloud, soon on iTunes, leave a comment on SoundCloud or join us on YouTube. Saad Truth Pod on Instagram. I would appreciate a follow. But let me know what you guys think. Can we be honest and still be polite, or do you think ultimate honesty removes the lid of politeness? Or can we redefine politeness by respecting others and ourselves and being ultimately honest with everyone around us? I'd love to hear your thoughts. My name is Saad Alessa. This has been the Saad Truth. And until next Wednesday, I'll see you guys soon. And if you're hearing this on SoundCloud, you'll hear me next Wednesday.